In here, we pour whiskey, 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 whiskey.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean it once again today. It's Preacher Lawson in the house. He's born black. He's black, y'all. He's bliggity black, and that's black, y'all.
Yeah, I'm black.
And
you know what's funny? 'Cause we're talking about me being black and me being 33. I look old.
No, you don't, bro.
Bro, it's okay, man. Don't do this.
Do you really think you look old?
Bro, everyone thinks I look old.
Well, here's the problem with you. You're big and you're in great shape, so big guys are always going to look a little bit older. Skinny little twerpy weirdos like that, they don't have muscle mass, so they look boyish.
Maybe.
You look like a man.
Yeah.
So that's
maybe.
not, by the way, this is a good thing.
Okay, good.
I've looked 40 since I was 20.
Okay, good.
And now I'm finally 40, and people are like, how old are you, 40? I'm like, yeah, finally.
I caught up.
When I was in my mid-20s, people thought mid-30s.
Yeah.
I've always had an older face, but also
Yeah.
because I'm not a skinny little tiny guy. Tiny guys get away with being young forever. You're a big dude.
Yeah.
It's a blessing, though.
I told a girl I was 45. She goes, okay,
Oh, no.
that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's bad, man. She didn't fight it. She wasn't like, nah, no, you're not.
Are you single now?
Yeah.
Well, so
I
that's...
think forever, bro.
Really?
Bro, I do not know how I'm going to find anyone at all.
Why?
I
You're
have
a
no idea.
good-looking dude. You're successful. What's
That's what
holding
I'm
you
saying.
back?
I think I look good. I think I'm successful. I don't have any kids.
What's
I don't have any
going to
kids.
hold you back, do you think?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it is. You know how some people are like, no, you're going to find someone. I don't think I'll find someone. I'm serious.
You think
I
this
really
is
don't
it?
think I'm going to find anyone. I used to be really good. It used to be easier dating when I wasn't on TV.
Yeah.
And then now that I have a little bit of, money, it's just weird. I don't know where
Yeah.
I'm going to meet them. I'm not going to meet them on the road. I'm not going to date a fan. That's weird.
Well, right. You're saying like it's not organic anymore. They're going to know you.
Yeah, it's just weird. Everybody's attractive now, and so I think that makes it complicated. It used to be like everyone's attractive. It's just
You think
too much.
everybody's hot, or you think it's just the internet makes everybody think that they're hot?
I think both.
Really?
Right? You don't
Yeah.
think so?
No, I think we live in Los Angeles, and that's hard. You go to New York and L.A. and like major big cities, I think, there's a lot of attractive people trying to get into whatever industry you get into.
I was in Hickory, North Carolina last week.
That's my
There were some bangers.
What were you doing in Hickory?
I was doing just a show. I was doing a show.
That's such a random place to do
I
a
know,
show.
but when random places, I do really well.
You do?
Yeah.
In Hickory.
These like L.A., New York areas, I don't do well in these, areas, but...
Well, is that because of AGT?
Yeah, I just feel like my audience are regular people.
Yeah.
Like they're just regular. They watch TV or I don't know. Like I sell. If you're like what's that, then I'll probably sell well. Like I've never heard that place. It's sold out for me.
What's the color palette of the room?
Well, it's mixture. It's America, so it's majority white. Then it's black people, Hispanic people, Asians.
But it's nice, though, that if you can touch all the bases, that's the goal, right? Because a lot of times a black comic will get in deep in the game and they'll have only black audiences.
Yeah,
and then
I don't
they'll
want
cater
that.
to it, and then they barely get a white audience, and vice versa. Most white comics don't know how to dip their toes into a black pool.
Yeah.
Black pool. Not a lot of them.
Oh.
We'll be right back. No, but a lot of white comics don't know how to do that, and so then it becomes... You naturally start to just go to where your audiences have continued to grow.
What are your audience?
I'm pretty mixed. I would say in West Coast, it's a lot of Latinos. Mexicans love us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love Mexicans.
Yeah.
Mexican, white, and some black. But I would say because of bad friends and our audiences, like organic growth online, out
I'm
here.
Bobby Mada. Sorry.
Yeah, they love that shit.
I just think that's the funniest
I
thing.
think because here's why I like Latinos and why I think they like us. They're a race of people that have, to me, the best sense of humor, that take the piss out of themselves, don't mind that shit could be considered offense, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
I don't like that word.
There's
'cause I
no
think,
cancel culture for Latino.
yeah, well, it's just because it's like they know that it's all in jest, and they don't have that like moment of like, should that make me feel a type of way? It's like,
Yeah.
no, it's meaningless. It's comedy. If
Yeah.
it was said to you on the street by someone,
That's pretty
it's a
right,
different
yeah.
world.
Yeah.
But I think that for some reason, Latinos, Mexicans specifically, they like us because they feel like we're not we're not shooting at people. We're just fucking around.
Yeah,
I think they understand how fake it is.
Yeah.
That like that's not your heart. And so, because sometimes white audiences will get crazy stiff over stuff that
they
you're
get
like,
offended,
what are you talking about? And they're getting offended for someone that's not there.
Yeah.
You're like, we're not, what are you upset about?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Latino and white dominant, but we have a good black audience too, but it's hard to move, it's hard to move out of what is growing for you. So for you with AGT, it's probably a lot of white, middle-aged to older people.
There's a lot of married couples.
Married couples, yeah.
Yeah, that's another reason why I'm.
Yeah, you're not going to
single
get any
forever.
ass from that.
I'm
Yeah.
never. I don't know people. It's a bunch of married people. And if they're single, it's always someone's drunk auntie after the show. That's not my preference. But yeah, I mean, I remember talking to someone else, a black comedian. They were like, Do you want more black people to come to your show? And I'm like, I just want people that like me.
Yeah, I don't care
I
who
don't
it is.
care who it is.
Yeah, I don't care who it is.
If it's all white people, which is not, then it's all white people. That's who likes me. But I'm not going to I can't change who I am.
You're not going to change your material either to fit a
Exactly.
certain group of people,
Yeah, exactly.
That is funny to go to little small town USA and kill it, though.
Yeah, it's
We're going to
great.
get you a girl from this show. There's got to be a fan out there that wants you. You're 6 what?
How tall? 6'4".
6'4".
I'm lying.
I know. Let it
Okay,
let it sit.
6'4".
6'4", 210?
I'm 205.
205, yeah.
Yeah, 205.
Gainfully employed, has his own place.
Yes.
Do you rent or do you own?
I have a house in Atlanta.
Okay, but just also keep lying. Remember
And
that.
I have a house in Florida as well.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about my house in Malibu. Yeah, I got a few of them.
Would you have a house in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Why Atlanta?
Because I moved to Atlanta and it was so cheap. I just bought a giant house.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just going to stay in Atlanta because it's 2020 and everything else is closed and LA's never coming back. And then, I was in Atlanta and I was like, oh, I think I don't like it here. And so I left. But I just turned to an Airbnb. So it's an Airbnb and I want to go back.
So you just got over Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't like Atlanta. To me, Atlanta, I grew up in Memphis. So Atlanta to me is just a really nice version of Memphis.
Much nicer.
Much nicer.
Memphis is tough.
It is.
We
yeah.
had a tough time in Memphis.
Oh, you were in Memphis? When?
We had a tough time. How long ago was that? I don't even know. A little over a year. No, almost a year. Almost a year.
Wait,
Yeah.
tell me why it was tough.
Well, the venue we played was not good.
Okay.
We played at Elvis's.
They don't have any comedy clubs. They
I know.
They have the Chuckle Hut, right? Which is, I think that's an all-black room.
Yeah.
And it's whatever.
We
So-
played at a theater. We played a theater on Elvis's, on the Gracelands campus.
Yeah.
I don't even know, 3,000 seats, something like that, like 2,500, something like that. I don't.
It was like a TED Talk room.
Yeah, it was awful. Awful.
Yeah.
And the audience was a little disconnected for some reason from us. And then during the day, I was like, I want to go get something to eat. And the guy was like, oh, okay, what would you like? And I said, no, we'll just take a walk. There's like a little sandwich spot up the road. And the guy's like, we wouldn't want our performers walking. Through the... They told us not to walk. By the way, we did anyway.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful. I had a great meal. It was a nice black-owned business, supporting local black-owned businesses. God bless. And also, they treated us great. They were so nice. Everything was smooth and cool. There was no beef. There was no nothing was going on where I felt, oh man, maybe we shouldn't be out here. But I think they were projecting that so hard on us that it gets into the minds of the culture. I feel like people then are like, you don't want to go over there. It was like, it was in the middle of the day. There was nothing. I didn't feel, look, I'm from Chicago. I know that there's areas that I definitely probably don't go to.
Yeah.
This didn't feel like
That's
that.
the same with Memphis. Like, they're just places you don't go.
But this didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
It didn't feel that threatening. It didn't. The neighborhood was a little bit, on the other side. It was a little torn up. There was a lot of boarded up homes. But I didn't feel at any moment.
That means that food was fire.
Yeah, it was good.
It was good.
It was really good food.
That must
It
be
was.
really good. Anytime I feel like I'm in danger, the food is like.
Well, I've had
it's the
that
best.
twice where I feel like I might have been in the wrong neighborhood. Like I was in where were we? We were at where did I go for a long run? We were in Raleigh. No. We were in Durham. We were in Durham.
Yeah.
And nice area, great place, great crowds. And I went for a long run. And I used to run 5 to 7 miles. And
That's crazy, by the way.
I love it. Well,
Are you doing a 5K next
I don't
week?
do any of that stupid shit.
Okay.
You're not going to catch me with a bunch of goofballs running. No, I like to run by myself with headphones. You know what I mean? That's my clearance time. I want to clear out. I
Yeah.
don't want to be near other people.
Like
I
get the
also-
runner's high.
I just don't. Yeah, and I don't want to like. I don't like to. I don't want to. You have to go this path. I just run until I'm done running.
Yeah.
I clock it on my phone. I pick out the path usually ahead of time. I go, I'll go around this thing and come back, and I'll do the math on it, and it'll say 4.5, 5 miles. So that's how I do it. And then I just kind of guess. Well, I ran outside of Durham, and I kept running. I was about 3.5 miles away from where we were, and I made a right turn, and I was by a cemetery. And then it started to hit me that I was like, I don't know if I should be over here. It like slowly creeped in. I was like, I should run back.
You started running backwards.
Yeah. I'm looking. I'm going backwards, looking over my own back. I just felt, like I wasn't supposed to be there. But Memphis, Memphis just wasn't a weird city for us. We enjoyed it, but it was just unusual, man. I don't know how to explain it.
Super unusual. I mean, but like
gunshots. Heard a couple of claps.
Yeah. I remember being in I thought it was a nicer area, and then seeing a drive-by, and I was like, "Is this happening right now?"
As a kid?
It's crazy. Yeah, as a kid.
How many years did you live there in Memphis?
When I was 9, I moved down there. When I was 13, I went back to Oregon, and I came back when I was 14. So 15, 16, I moved to Bristol. Came back when I was 17, 18, 19.
And you went to Oregon?
Yeah, I was born in Oregon.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really not from anywhere. I just picked Memphis because that's most of my adolescence.
Are you a military kid or something?
No, my mom, she just moved when she got uncomfortable, I think.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oregon to Atlanta, or Oregon to Memphis, I mean.
Yeah,
It's a big jump.
It is. I think we moved to Memphis because it was more black people.
Yeah. Well, there's significantly more than Oregon.
There's more.
Yeah. I think there's
so many.
7 or 8 black people in Oregon.
We
have a count on them. Can we get that counter pulled up, please?
Yeah,
How
I
many black
left,
people?
so there's probably 6 or 7.
Right.
Yeah, but
Portland or outside of it?
That's crazy. It was outside. It was in Newburgh.
That's like even more white.
I was the only black person in my school.
How did your mother end up there?
My mom, she was born in like Rosary, some part of California, but as a family they moved to Sherwood. I remember my grandma has like she has a newspaper because they were in the newspaper because they was the first black family to be in Sherwood, Oregon.
Really?
They were in the newspaper.
We got one.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So they moved to Sherwood, Oregon, and then I just was born there. But we moved around a lot.
Do you know your old man? Do you talk to him?
My dad?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what he looks like.
So she got pregnant, moved to Oregon without him.
I think she got pregnant outside of Oregon. I think she got pregnant outside because he's in the military.
Right.
So
you were kind of a military kid, whether you know it or not.
Yeah, I guess I was a military
Could you apply
kid.
for USAA and still get it?
I don't
know my dad, but I do know he served.
I know, right? Yeah. I didn't think about that. He knows who I am.
Do you have no communication with him?
I don't know what he looks like. I've never.
Do you have any desire to?
No, it's too late now.
Yes,
I did when I was younger. I really wanted to when I was younger, and then I got to around even when I first got on America's Got Talent. I was like, oh, he's gonna, because this is such a major show. I was like, he's gonna see it,
Yeah.
which I'm sure he knows my name is Preacher. So unless he's dead, he knows I exist and is too embarrassed to talk. Which I get it. What's the point? What are you gonna tell me?
Yeah.
What are you gonna teach me? It's too late now.
Well, what if he just says I'm proud of you and that's it? What if he just wants to connect
Man,
and say
get
I'm
out
proud
my
of you?
face with that, bro. Are you kidding me? My fans are proud of me. Get out of here, man. There's nothing he could tell
I
me.
understand. I feel that. Well, there is a thing that
Do you know
happens.
your dad?
Well, yes, I do know my father, but my dad wasn't in my life as a young person because my dad was in and out of prison when I was a kid.
Oh, really? Can I ask for what?
Yeah, drugs, minor offenses. I mean, he just collected them. When he was an addict, so when you're an addict, you kind of collect offenses.
Yeah.
It's almost like that's Pokemon for addicts is jail time.
Yeah.
It's collect them all. So he kind of would continue to get in trouble with the law until he got himself together. But that was the formidable years of my life. He wasn't there,
Yeah.
so we don't have that relationship where now we're just two men.
Yeah.
Which I think we understand. We don't speak much, but we're just two men. So I get what you're saying, where it's like, what would we talk about now?
Yeah.
We don't quite know each other.
How you think that how did that affect you?
Well, I'm a famous comedian, so it worked out a little bit.
Yeah.
No. I think it just it did a lot to me as a kid. It makes you feel like you probably felt like, why doesn't this dude want to know me?
Yeah.
And then you get older and you realize everybody has issues,
Everybody's jacked
including
up.
us.
Yeah.
And he was going through shit. And so, like, I don't excuse it, but I get it.
You understand it.
I do understand it. Yeah, I just think you get older, and I'm 40 now. So it's like I don't have the, like, My daddy didn't want.
Yeah.
You know. Also, I had a guy that
You ever
married.
hear someone like complain about that? Like someone your age?
Yeah, that's
talk
crazy.
about their parents. It's like, bro, it's too late.
Yeah, it's late.
Like, what are you doing about
Yeah,
it?
they're gone soon, by the way. So
Yeah,
get over
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Also, I had a stepfather who raised me, who was a phenomenal man, who was like
That's awesome.
a great man to my mom, and did change my family's life.
Yeah.
So I feel so blessed in that regard that I don't really harbor any hate or resentment for the other thing, because it's like I got the best version of this.
Yeah.
I had another dude come along who stepped up and was a man.
Yeah.
Who married a woman with a fucking kid.
Yeah.
And I think about that, like all my friends that are dating women with young children from another relationship.
Yeah.
It's a big point of contention. They're like, I don't know, she has a kid. Like Bobby's single, and he says that he's like, oh, this one girl I was talking to had a kid, and you don't realize how big of an impact you could really have on a child. So, I think it's a big deal to take the reins of somebody else's child. You got to be a real fucking man about that.
Yeah,
that's a
do.
man
yeah,
move.
I think that I'm there now, where I'm like, oh, she can have a kid.
Yeah,
That's how long I've been single.
but
I'm like-
also you're grown enough and smart enough where the love of this person would help you come to terms with the fact that it's like, well, if I love this person, I could probably support and love this
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
too. Why not?
And honestly, when the girl has a dog, I feel the same way.
Yeah, well, that's kind of one of the same children
Yeah.
and dogs.
Yeah,
same
yeah. It's the
same
same thing.
shit. Yeah, you don't have any animals? No, you travel too
no,
much.
No, I travel, too much.
Get yourself a dog, dude.
Bro, I can't.
A dog will do something to your heart,
But then I'll have to take it with me.
or you have a friend watch it. There's always someone willing to watch a dog. I've said
That's
this to
true.
all of our friends.
That's true.
When someone's like, I don't have time for a dog, someone will watch the dog. Almost no one goes, I don't want to watch that dog. They'll watch the dog. You leave it with this kid. We put everything on him. He'll watch it. He'll do anything. He's young. He's
Anything.
24. He'll do anything.
24, bro.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
That's crazy.
I know. You're only 2 years older than this guy.
Yeah, I'm only 2 years.
So you don't. So the old man wasn't there. You moved around. Then you went to Atlanta. And after Atlanta, after the pandemic, you told me off air that you started boozing hard.
Oh, before Atlanta, I was an alcoholic.
Oh, you were?
Oh my gosh, I love alcohol.
Me too.
I love it.
Like it was more than a romance. This was
Yeah, I'm like I can't think of too many things I like more than alcohol.
Yeah.
Like I just love drinking, bro.
Me too.
It's the best. So that's why I had to stop.
You had to quit.
Because I was like, this is great.
Yeah, it's too good.
Yeah.
So how long have you been off the sauce?
A couple of years.
Do you go to the? Are you in the program now, or are you just?
No. I feel like anything, I feel like anything I want to do, I have control. That's the only thing. That's the same with the alcohol. I feel like I can drink as much as possible. I can have like 30 shots.
Yeah.
And be fine.
Yeah.
Which is the problem.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I'm
not
not
good.
fine.
Right.
Because I have 30 shots. I'm like, give me the keys.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
good, baby. I wouldn't do it. But I just felt like there was no issue. Like I remembered everything that happened. People would be like, oh, I blacked out. Not me. At 11:35, I was, I just remember everything.
Wow.
So I never thought that was an issue. And then one time I blacked out. And that's when I was like, oh, I don't like that.
Feeling that like you didn't know what happened at all.
Yeah, I was like, I remember like it was actually another comedian's wedding. And we, there was a bunch of comedians. Everyone went up and performed. I was drunk, so I was saying whatever. And then I said, I did a joke, then I repeated the joke, and I was so drunk I was like, oh, I'm repeating the joke right now, but I'm gonna finish it since I already started. and then I got off stage, and everyone was like, all right, we're gonna drink afterwards. I was cool. I'm gonna take a nap. And then when I woke up from the nap, I was in the Airbnb, and I was like, wait a second, maybe I just forgot. And then I don't get hangovers. So when I woke up, I felt fine. And then
What are you,
I
a
just,
superhero?
I don't know, bro. But I remember talking to the people, the comedians in the Airbnb with me, and then I was like, hey, how you doing? They're like, how you doing?
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you talking? I'm fine. They're like,
Are you fine?
yeah. They were like,
So that was the breaking
then
point.
they just started telling me all the things I did, and I was like, all right, that was stupid.
So that was it. That was like the beginning of the end.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Because I never used to, I felt like I had this crazy tolerance, and I felt my tolerance going, like I didn't have that tolerance anymore.
Sure.
So I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact how much I like drinking.
Yeah. I get that. I'm thinking about one right now.
Yeah.
No.
Like,
I like.
it's so funny because I didn't drink in 2 years, but I was like, I came in here and I was like,
No.
Like,
Stay away.
I was like, maybe.
No,
maybe
see,
I could-
it is. Look, there's a delicate dance with drinking where, like, I've always been. Everyone in my family likes to drink. It's just like a cultural thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I've been so used to it for so long that now I've learned as we've gotten older, it doesn't metabolize the same in your body anymore, and you just naturally learn to slow down and temper it. Like I have a night like Saturday night after the second shows, we went out with some friends and had some drinks and had fun, and you just pay for it a little bit harder than I used to.
Yeah.
So now I just try to section it out. So I'm not going to the club and just having a drink because I'm there, or getting on stage
Yeah.
just having one because I'm there afterwards. Now I've just learned to be like, I'll take my time and do it when I know when it's appropriate. But I think more and more people are going towards putting it away.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I noticed I was in the worst shape of my life when I was drinking too.
Physically?
Physically. I
What
was in
about
the worst
mentally?
shape.
Do you feel like your
No, I
mind's
feel like
clear?
I was physically, mentally. I think that drinking just made me. I was the least happiest I've been, but I don't know. I just think I was. But I would never. I think it was also because I was drinking. Then I injured myself. You know, when you injure yourself, you can't work out, so you kind of like just.
What did you do?
Jiu-jitsu. Someone got a slap tear in my left shoulder.
God, everyone doing jujitsu now.
Yeah, you don't do jiu-jitsu?
No.
It's the best, man.
No, I don't do jujitsu. I do Hamas jitsu, which is a alternative form. We'll be right back. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It was really bad. No, I don't do jujitsu. I respect all my friends that do. I'm glad people like it. I don't like touching people that much.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch. I don't like touch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just not into like grappling contact and wrestling.
It's pretty weird in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially when like
yeah.
someone starts off and they're
Yeah,
like,
I don't
all right,
like that.
coming to the guard.
I don't like
and you're
that.
like, that's
Yeah.
kind of, you gotta
and it's not like a homophobic thing. I'm not. That has nothing to do with it. I just don't like touchy feely. Like any sport I play is no touchy.
Yeah.
No touchy. Like I even
You play basketball?
I love basketball, golf, baseball, all that stuff I played when I was a kid. Football was the only one I started to like, and then I was like, I don't want to get hit. I don't like
Yeah.
getting hit. Getting hit hurts
It
a lot.
hurts so much.
Yeah, I got over it. So I was
Yeah.
like, no thanks. So yeah, I never got into it the way that a lot of my friends do. One of my, closest friends from childhood, he's obsessed. And he's gotten injured before. He still does it. I just think isn't that the kickoff to be like, maybe I shouldn't do this anymore if I'm getting
Well,
hurt?
I haven't done it really in a long time.
You'll never go back?
I will go back. I think part of the reason I stopped doing jiu-jitsu is because of my hair, which is crazy. But I
do you
don't
mean?
like other people's sweat getting in my hair. Then it stinks, and I gotta wash it. Then if I have dreads, so if I wash, it's just too much. So I haven't done jiu-jitsu in a very long time. I've done like Muay Thai or boxing.
That's good.
You
You
done
can't
that.
tie your hair. You can't put your hair in something.
Yeah, but they still like.
It's still nasty.
Yeah, it's kind of nasty.
That's the other thing. You're sweating and rolling around with someone a lot.
Yeah.
Other people sweat is maybe it's a germophobic thing for me. It's like, like I remember as a kid when they talked about like athlete's foot or like stuff
Yeah.
from the wrestling mats.
Yeah.
And even that, I was like, I don't want like a.
Are you like a
warped-
germaphobe?
Probably, yeah.
I used to be a super germaphobe. The first time I ever sat on a toilet bare booty, I was 25. I'm talking about my house.
In your own home?
In my own home, I put toilet paper down.
What?
I'm dead serious. I was such a germaphobe.
Wait, but it's no one else is going in there.
No. I still shared, the house with other people.
With your family.
I don't care.
Okay, all right.
Like,
well,
I do
all
not
right.
care, man. The first time I was 25 years old. The first time I ever put my bare. That's how much of a germaphobe I was. And the only reason I did that is because I was living with my girlfriend at the time, and then I accidentally walked in on her using the bathroom, and she was bare booty, and I was like, well, I might as well lick the toilet. And so then I was like, all right, that doesn't matter.
Right.
So it didn't matter. At that
I'm not.
point.
I'm not weirded out like that. Like that's not. That doesn't freak me out. But like I don't know, other people's bodily sweat stuff for some reason that I don't like. That I couldn't do. The toilet thing wouldn't bother me at all. I mean,
It doesn't bother me either.
well, one time
now.
I was sick as a dog, and I had to sit down on a toilet seat on the airplane, and I didn't put anything down or wipe it. And I remember sitting on an airplane toilet seat thinking,
You didn't wipe it?
I didn't, bro. I didn't have time. It was.
Oh, it was like one of them.
It was ready to rock.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice. I was so sick. And I sat down and I thought, well, I guess this is it. I have to now this can't bother me ever again. If
Yeah.
I've done this, it's over.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, even if I
You'll
had
be
to,
fine. Well, what's gonna happen? Who's died from the booty touching the toilet, bro?
there was a guy. What was that guy in Pennsylvania that died from the? No, I'm kidding. This
Okay,
never
yeah.
happened. That's insane. It's insane. Hey, so now, well, let me say this. So then you went from there and then drank a lot, gave it up, came back to L.A., and now you're gonna stay here forever. You think, or are you gonna move?
No, I mean I don't know. Maybe like another year. I'm gonna go on some auditions and try to be, on some TV or movies.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Instead of what? You want to take a break from stand up, or you want to keep doing it and just do TV as well?
Man, it's funny, man. I love stand up. I've been doing it 15 years, and I love stand up. And I remember in the beginning, I was like, man, I don't understand how people stop doing stand up.
Yeah.
The more you do it, you're like, well, all right, I get it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I absolutely
get
get it.
Stop.
Well, because I've been doing it probably the same time, maybe 16 or 17 years. But like, yeah, man,
It's exhausting.
Well, yeah, I don't think people understand it. They're like, oh, you get up there, you do your little jokes. It's
The
like,
easiest job.
yeah,
No,
there's
it's not.
so much to it, and the
Yeah.
travel is a lot. It's so heavy.
It's really, for me, it's that's a huge. The biggest part for me is the travel.
Yeah.
And then it's like trying to build up material after you just had, the travel is too much for me. I mean, it's not too much, but it's just
It's
lot.
heavy.
It's
yeah,
just really
and you
heavy.
just put out an hour, didn't you?
Yeah, I put out an hour. I filmed it August, and I dropped it about a month ago
Where'd you put it on YouTube?
on YouTube.
And where'd you film it?
I filmed it at the Burbank Comedy Theater. No, Burbank, just the Colony Theater.
Here in L.A.
Yeah.
But I thought you said L.A. crowds and it's not the thing. You
Oh,
did it anyway, huh?
Yeah, I did because I just threw it together.
Oh, okay.
This was not planned out.
You were like, I'm gonna do. This is just coming together on its own.
My first special I dropped in 2019, and I wanted to film my second one 2 years later, 2021. But 2020 was like, no, we're not gonna.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2021, I was kind of going back on the road, and I was like, hey, I want to film it. And then I was hosting America's Got Talent in Vegas, and then that was for like, I just wanted to get it over with. I was just like, I'll film it, so I just did it.
Right, just to knock it out.
Yeah, just knock it
I
out.
have a really hard time believing. I keep thinking about it that you don't have success with women. I don't. Is it because you just don't want to settle down? Because there's no chance girls aren't throwing themselves at you.
I think that women, throw themselves at me, but I think women throw themselves at everyone. I think that's like
No.
No, I feel like. But hold on, I feel like there's men. First off, I don't get hit on as much as the average woman, right?
Sure.
So, but why is the average woman single? Because who's hitting on?
Losers? What do you say? I don't know. I think it's because you might be picky or not want to settle down. So you
I don't think I'm that picky though.
really?
I really don't think I'm that.
What
picky.
are you have any requirements?
I mean, this is the part where people don't say I'm picky. I want her to be vegan.
She needs to be vegan.
Vegan.
What percentage of the
Which-
United States are vegan? I
It
wonder.
doesn't even matter because the percentage of vegans are like it's like 83% women.
Yeah, it's all women.
It's always like
Yeah.
I'm the only guy that's vegan. But I just funny and
A funny
Pretty.
vegan? Okay. Good luck, young man.
I'm a funny vegan.
Yeah. You're the only funny vegan. That's
So,
not true.
Yeah.
No, but you can meet. I mean, look, we have friends that are vegan. Ian Edwards is vegan.
He is vegan, yeah.
But I don't think he exclusively dates women that are vegan. So you can't go outside of that. You would refuse to date a woman that isn't vegan.
No, I wouldn't.
You don't do it. Wow.
No, I don't. I don't feel like for me it's like no. I could be friends with someone. Most of my friends aren't vegan. I
Sure.
mean, then I would have no friends if I.
But what if you fell in love with a girl but she was a meat eater? It still would be a deal breaker to you?
How would I fall in love with her if she's meat?
Wow. Wow.
You figured it out. That's why I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You see through. You're not going to have someone that doesn't have flaws. That could be one of the flaws. You're like, well, I wish he didn't, but I just like
but
her
that's
so much.
to me, it's not like that. Me being vegan, I feel like it's not that. I mean, it is isolating in a when you think of. It's not that isolated. I don't think that's big of a jump. I mean, it's just not animal products.
Yeah.
You know?
I get. No, I get it.
But I did think I was like, maybe would I date a vegetarian? Would I date a girl that's only vegan around me? I thought
what
about
about pescatarian?
See, I'm only dating a vegan. Like I wouldn't date.
Wow.
There was some girl I dated. I was talking to, and she was a famous person, and she wasn't vegan. And I was like, maybe I don't care that much.
All right. Yeah.
Maybe, but I do.
You do.
I didn't. There was no rapport. I just liked her because she was attractive.
Right. That's how most things start.
Yeah.
And then you go, well,
keep talking
she
to
eats
them.
meat, whatever, I don't like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Her feet are big, but it is what it is. You have to just write some of these things off. Maybe you are too picky. Meeting just if any vegan
But I don't think I'm that
fans-
picky besides the veganism.
That's a huge picky thing. That's big.
I mean, but most women they'll just do it. If they
Oh,
like
really?
me, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
You've
if I-
switched. You've switched some girls over from meat eaters.
Oh my gosh, yes, they'll do it. Women are really like accommodating. Men
Right.
aren't.
You're
Women
right.
are like, all right, whatever, make you happy. That's why women lie all the time because they're just trying to make you happy.
That's true.
You know, so that's why I feel like
Yeah.
with vegan, I don't think it's that big of a asterisk. Like I feel like most of them are going to be like, all right, I'll do it.
Or I'll try it, but then they'll
Yeah.
sneak meat behind your back. That's
Yeah,
funny.
it's fine. I don't
they're
care.
cheating on you with meat when
They
you're
can
not
cheat
around.
on me regular. I don't care. As long as I don't know. I feel like people that cheat and then they say something, you're a horrible human being.
That's so funny. So as long as you don't know, you're
If
like, you
drop-
go do whatever you want.
If you drop a burger in the back of the restaurant and you give it to me, don't tell me you dropped it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know. I'm gonna eat the sandwich and be happy. You know?
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
your
want to
way of
know.
life.
Just don't.
We got to have a vegan fan out there that's going to date you, man. We have to link this up. There's no
down.
way this can't work.
Yeah,
9.7 million vegans and 9 million of
9.7
them.
million?
9 million of them are women. There's got to be. It's got to be 0.7 of men. And honestly, I think of all places you're going to meet a vegan would be here in LA.
I messaged two girls. I'm just gonna say I messaged two girls I DM'd them like within last week,
Yeah.
and they were vegan, and then they just did not. They just left me on red.
What?
It's crazy. They
What
just
is
left
it
me on
about
red.
you? Do you have an old murder charge that I should know about? What is?
I don't know, man.
I don't get it.
I don't know, man. Maybe just people just don't. I don't know what it is.
Maybe they're
But
intimidated by
Maybe
you.
they're no. I think they're just maybe they're dating someone else.
Oh, could
They
be.
could be doing that.
Yeah.
They could be dating someone else.
How? Tell me this. This is because of my ignorance. You supplement protein from being a vegan through like plant protein. You take a lot of plant protein.
No, I do the same thing I was doing before. I mean, I took protein when I was on omnivore diet. You know,
Yeah.
I do the same thing when I'm vegan. I don't do anything different.
You don't do anything different?
I don't do anything different.
Wow.
It's the same thing. After my workout, when I was eating meat, I would have like a whole turkey. I would eat the whole turkey with hot sauce, which is crazy racist. But I would just have every lunch.
That's
I would
what you
have-
got to do, man.
I would have like a chicken or a turkey for lunch, and then I would just put a little hot sauce and I would eat it, and then I would work out. And after my workout, I'd take a protein shake. But I still do that. I don't have the turkey or the chicken, but I just after my workout, I have a protein shake.
And it's still the same. Nothing changed for you.
Nothing changed.
I've had friends that have been vegan and vegetarian. I've done vegetarian. I can't do vegan, but I've done vegetarian a few times, and I like it.
How'd it
But
feel?
yeah, it's okay. I miss the meat. I
Yeah.
miss it. I don't know what it is. I can't get away from it.
Yeah, they got lab meat coming out. I'm ready for that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That sounds like
Sounds like what?
sounds like cancer, my good friend.
You're crazy. The
Lab-
regular meat is the cancer.
Yeah, but at least
You're
it's
telling me-
organic cancer. I'll take OG cancer.
Bro, lab meat is gonna be the best, purest form. You know, they just make it in the lab, man. It's perfect.
Well, then they're gonna make you a lab girlfriend, lab meals.
That's another thing I'm waiting on. I'm just gonna wait till the AI bot comes out.
Well, they already have sex robots now. You just need to.
Do they?
Oh yeah, they do. He
On
has
Amazon
one.
or what?
Yeah, he has one. They're
You
like
have a sex robot?
no, he doesn't.
Okay.
We almost bought one on the other show, but I think we looked into one for fun. It was like 12 grand or something. Yeah, they're like 20
Oh, they're
grand.
12 grand.
Yeah, they're expensive.
That's pretty lonely, man.
Well, if it makes that person happy and not shoot up a mall, then let them have that girlfriend. Let them have the dummy in their house. Whatever saves them from attacking society.
You think that's what it is?
Every time someone shoots up a place, it's because they're deprived of something.
Yeah, but you don't need sex. Like
You-
sex is not a thing. Like you don't need it.
I think yes, you absolutely do.
There's no evidence.
Well, you need
if
to-
you don't have water, you die. If you don't have food, you die. If you don't have sex, you become a better thinker.
A school shooter.
You become more focused.
You become a school shooter.
No, you don't, man.
Wait, there is a lot of research that shows that human touch actually does keep people alive longer.
Absolutely, but that friendship and stuff, you don't need sex.
No, but also intimate touch is human instinct. I think we will die without any form of human touch. It's got to be up there somewhere.
Okay, Google it.
What does it say? But if you look at there is scientific research that talks about ejaculating or sexual pleasure does it's healthy for your mind. Your mind can deteriorate without sexual pleasure.
I heard the opposite.
That's how could that be?
That's what I'm saying. I don't
Our
know. I
entire
said-
existence is predicated upon procreation.
But yeah, but if you're creating, maybe, but if you're not, there's no necessity.
It doesn't know the difference if you're creating or not. You're shooting. Once you're shooting, your brain thinks it's happening. It doesn't. Something else they say happens chemically when a physical baby is born.
I
No
know
chance.
this sounds.
You need sex.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think you need it though.
Well, you need something. You need physical touch. You need
you need
emotional
physical
connection.
touch. I think you need. We're social creatures. We need to be around people. We need to be.
I think
need
you
to
got to come.
converse.
I think you got to come.
No, you don't.
We'll be right back with You Gotta Come.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Hey, sports fans, here to tell you about Prize Picks. What is Prize Picks? You may be asking yourself. Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. Come on. It's the most fun and exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. You just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. How cool is that? More or less, that's all you got to do. Let's say you're like, hey, is Joker going to have more than 5 rebounds? You know, is Ant going to go off and have more than 30 points? Probably yes to both, my good friends. No matter what you're picking, you choose more or less. It's that simple. You make your first $10 deposit, and you receive an instant $10 bonus. I gave them 10, they gave me 10 to match. And if you got the skills, you can play for a shot at turning that $10 into $1,000. How fun can that be? It's also available across 30 states in this beautiful country, more than 30 states now, including California, Texas, and Georgia. It is simple, it's easy, and if you're somebody who likes having a little bit of fun with some of your favorite players and deciding whether or not they're going to go more or less than a ton of different stats, PrizePicks is the place to do that for you. How do you do it? Well, all I did, and you can do it too, is download the app today and use the code WHISKEY for a first deposit match up to $100. PrizePicks has got you covered, baby. Download the app today and use the code WHISKEY for a first deposit match up to $100. PrizePicks. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. This episode of Whiskey Ginger is brought to you by BetterHelp. I've talked about BetterHelp a lot on this show. That's because I believe in it. I really do. If you're thinking about giving therapy a try, why not try BetterHelp? It's incredible. Talking to someone is great, and I really think it helps relieve the stress of the day. We're all going through something. If there's anything you've learned as time has gone on in your life, we are all going through something. We carry around a bunch of different stressors, all different sizes, no matter what's going on personally, privately, or publicly, job, friends, family, work, loved ones. It weighs on you a little bit, and why not get that weight off your shoulders? It's so easy with BetterHelp because you can do it from the comfort of your own home. That's what I love. You don't have to go to an office somewhere. If you're thinking about starting therapy, why not give BetterHelp a try? It's entirely done online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. You can speak to someone when you want to speak to someone about whatever you want to talk about. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. It's convenient and easy, and I got to tell you, it definitely does help make the day a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter. Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/whiskey today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/whiskey.
Ginger. I like gingers.
What does it say? There's got to be something.
A lot of it is just like, because there's like positives and negatives to everything, but it's like sex is just great at boosting like serotonin, reducing
Heart disease.
Yeah.
Keeps you alive.
No, oh my.
These things keep you alive.
Bro, it's like sex is like weed or something.
No, it's
It
not.
feels good right then.
The sex
but
feels
it-
good with weed. I know
It
that.
feels great with weed. It feels, but after you're done, you're like, man.
Well, let me tell you something.
Get out.
This I don't need sex thing is not helping your dating life. I can tell you that.
I never say
that is not going to be promotional.
Look, I never said I don't need. I just say it's not necessary.
do
know?
you smoke weed?
Yeah, I smoke. Well, I mean, I sometimes.
The booze is away, so did the weed come into play then?
I was smoking weed before I started. I started drinking in 2020. I started smoking weed in 2016.
Okay.
But I just tried it out in 2016, 2017. I was running.
You were
So
hot
in
with it.
2018, 2019, if you said hi to me, I was.
Yeah.
It was a lot, bro. I used to smoke, but not as now. I don't. When I stopped drinking, I was like, I think I should stop doing anything I feel like is bad.
In your body.
Yeah, just anything that I feel like was bad.
Well, as a vegan, that's probably part of your approach, right? Is that you
Yeah.
want it to be clean.
I just try to be healthy. Yeah. But I think weed is fine. Same with like alcohol. I think alcohol is fine in moderation, but I just didn't. For me, having like one drink is stupid. I'm just not gonna drink at all.
Right, if
I
you
want
want it,
17 drinks.
Yeah. Yeah, well then you need to stop.
That's why. Yeah.
Would you ever find yourself in a program or no? You have no interest in that?
I don't. If I needed it, I felt like, but I don't feel like I need it. I feel like
you don't need the support from others. Yeah.
No, I just feel like I'll stop.
Okay. And
Anything
you
I
did.
wanted, I feel like I can control anything, which that's why I stopped, because I was like, can I control? This is why I stopped drinking. I was I drank, and then there was a lady who I didn't know. She was like, oh, I seen you at the party yesterday, and you were drunk. And I was like, yeah, everybody was drunk. They're
Yeah, we're
like,
at
nah,
a
you were
party.
drunk. And I was like, no, everybody. They were like, nah, you know, it's okay. Do you ever thought about going to like AA or something? And I was like, why would I go to AA? They're like, you ever thought about talking to somebody? And then that scared me.
Wow.
And then I was like, all right, well, I just stopped.
Sometimes I'll find myself scrolling through TikTok and I'll see like like the algorithm. It'll be like some dude talking about how like he needed to stop drinking, and then 3 videos later it'll be the same another one, and I'm like, what is TikTok doing? Does TikTok know what I did on Saturday night?
You're like, man, am I tripping right now?
Yeah, what is going
That's
on?
crazy, man.
It's sometimes it'll sneak into your algorithm, and I'm like,
That's
how
what it does
this-
with like videos of. It's crazy.
What is
it'll
it?
have videos. It'll have videos or apps of just. It'll have like sex apps.
Oh.
You know, it won't have like even relationship apps. Like I slept with this many people. And I'm like, why is this popping
Well,
up?
it's listening to us now, so it's going to pick up all this
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
For the
yeah.
next couple of days, we're going to be getting a lot of like AA and sex related posts.
Yeah.
That's the
I
scariest
get a
thing.
lot of single commercials on my TikTok, which is wild.
Are you on all the apps, all the dating
I'm on
apps?
0 apps.
Why?
Because I'm not gonna get rejected by some dishwasher at Walgreens, bro. There's only a couple times I could do that, but I mean, honestly, I'll get rejected and I'll be like, come on, bro.
Do they have dishwashers at Walgreens now?
No.
Are they serving food?
No, I just made it up. Like,
No, I know what you mean. You don't want to go through the rejection, but is there a vegan dating app?
Yeah, there is, but
And
there's not enough vegans.
Right, there's like 30 people on the app.
Yeah, I'll see all the 3 people. I'm like,
You've
man.
cycled through all the choices. No one is available.
No,
What's
I
the name
don't-
of the
I don't-
vegan app?
I don't even like. I don't know. It's called like Vegadate or something. I don't know.
What is it?
Vegally?
Vegally?
Vegally. That's
God,
what it
that's
is.
so embarrassing.
Maybe it's better now. I haven't
This is
used
the problem with veganism. You guys need to make it cool. It's
It
so
is cool.
No, it's not. It's
Bro,
the most uncool
it's
shit.
It's kind of cool, man.
No, it's not. You got to cool it up.
How do you cool it up?
Vegally. You got to cool it up. You got to
Come
cool
on,
it up.
man.
Get
Okay.
some more black influence in there to cool it up somehow.
That's what I'm saying. We got that, man. You go to Atlanta, we got
I know there's way more black vegans now.
Yeah.
But still, you
there's
gotta,
more black vegans than any other race.
Then infuse that into the culture of veganism. Because every fucking vegan restaurant you go to, you're like, look at this dump, this weirdo dump of a bunch of fucking gem touchers. It feels so lame. You have to cool it up somehow.
Gem touchers is wild.
Yeah, and it sounds racist. You fucking gem toucher. Look at this guy. Looks like a gem grabber. No, it just feels like there's nothing cool about it, and
People
that I
just
think
don't
doesn't
like
help.
vegans. That's what it is.
That's not true.
Bro, people do not like.
You guys keep saying that, so then we keep going. I guess we don't like you.
No, don't
'Cause
try
I
to
like you.
gaslight
I like
me.
you.
You're gaslighting me,
I
man.
like you.
Yeah, but do you like all vegans?
I haven't ever met a vegan where I go, I don't like them because they're vegan. I might not like them because they suck, but people suck.
But I feel like that with anything.
Yes.
Anybody at level 10 is annoying.
Right, but it
Level
just so
10
happens that
vegans-
oftentimes
No, it's not. I am
lot
not a
of
level 10 vegan.
You're not.
I'm a 7.
You're a rarity.
Yeah. Oh, get out of here, bro.
I go to those gem
Most
touchers
people-
down the road. I have a 2-minute conversation with them gem touchers. I'm pissed off.
Touchers.
No, you know what it is? I think because it's such an alternative lifestyle to what
Yeah.
most average people do. Some people
isolating.
Some people want to let you know that they are, prove that they are, try to influence you to be. You're not that, but that comes with the territory.
I think so. This
'Cause you're
I think-
defending it.
I think a lot of vegans are like new Christians, right?
Right.
You know, how, like when someone first finds Jesus, they're like, "Oh, I'm trying to get you to heaven. You gotta see the light."
And you're like, dude,
and then
just-
after a while, they're like, "All right, well, I'm going to heaven. If you want to go to hell, you know, that's how vegans feel."
I'd
now,
rather
after a
that.
while.
But if vegans at the beginning just accepted the fact that it's like, well, you may not like it, I don't care, I like it.
Well, you have to understand from a vegan when I first became a vegan, I was so militant. Like I lost so many fans and friends. I was just like, you don't see the light. Look what's happening to the animal.
Yeah.
You know, so when you first become vegan, you kind of want to show everyone, and then people are like, I don't care. You forgot what it was like when you weren't vegan. Because when I wasn't vegan and people would try to convince me to be vegan, I would immediately be like, I like women, so why would I be a vegan? I just thought it was gay. I
Yeah.
was like, I thought, I'm not trying to have any soy and grow any breast or something. I just, I don't know.
And what was the flip? Who flipped you?
Oh man, that's that pause. So I think that it was more so before I had a dog. People were like, would you eat a dog? And I was like, yeah, I'd eat
If
it.
it
I'll
was
try
good
it.
enough,
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
I'll try it out if I'm in a different country. I'm serious. I'd eat a human with the right seasoning.
Right.
And then I got a dog, and I was like, oh, it's kind of weird. And then I found out pigs were smarter than dogs, and I was like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then I just tried it out, and my poops, great. And I was like, I'm gonna just keep trying this out. I never thought I'd be vegan.
But you
Now I'm stuck.
But now you're stuck.
I'm stuck, man.
Well, you'll die later, which may not be a good thing.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. I drink and eat meat because I'm like, dude, if I'm out by 70, maybe I want to leave. You see people in their 90s that are like, I'm miserable. All my friends are dead. It's like the saddest existence.
That's so sad.
Like that guy on the internet was like 104, and they're like,
Yeah,
how are you? He's
yeah.
like, take me, please. I saw a guy, there was a war vet. We showed a video. There was a veteran who was 102 or something like that. And he kept saying, I think God forgot about me. He kept saying that. It was sad. No,
They said we're gonna live to like 115 now.
we will not. I will not.
No,
No
yeah,
fucking way.
I thought it
The
was gonna be.
stress of what we do for
Yeah,
a living
I
will
know.
inevitably make us die earlier.
I was thinking that. I was like,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna die pretty early. Not like super early, but like maybe like 70.
Before you should.
Yeah, before I should.
Before you're probably going to die earlier than you would have if you did something else. But
Yeah.
what an unrewarding life that would have been if you weren't able to display your
Exactly.
talent.
Yeah, yeah.
You're too talented to not do what you do.
This is the best job ever.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, could be happy about it. We just complained about it 10
I know
minutes
we
ago.
will complain about it, and we're always gonna complain because
Well,
that's how life is.
because I do think people don't understand that that it does take a toll on you mentally and physically to have to like run around the country and work out stuff, and that is a big to do in your brain.
It's just most people's issue is money.
Hmm.
So if you make money, you can't complain.
Right, which is bullshit.
It's stupid.
Yeah, that's silly.
So it's like it doesn't make your first off. If I gave you money, person that doesn't make money, also there was a point in time where we didn't make money.
Most of your career, you don't
most
make
of the
money.
time it's a new thing.
Yeah.
But I think in their brain they're like, if I had this amount of money, my life would be fixed. And it's like, nah, bro. Like the finish line's always moving. But so I think that's why if you complain. And you make more money than whoever is listening, they can't see that point of view.
Right, because it's like your life is inherently in their eyes going to be better because of
Yeah.
the scale of wealth. But the cliches have always become so much more glaringly true the older I get that I know a lot of people who make a lot of money.
A lot of money.
And that didn't contribute to any of their peace and happiness. In fact, their peace and happiness that I've found as I've gotten older comes from things like becoming a vegan, putting away booze, or starting a family, or investing in charity, or like they found something in their life that made them happy.
Yeah.
And that was the and by the way, some of the financials led them to be able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the money had almost nothing to do with it. Truly, they could have done it if they didn't have money.
Yeah.
They just didn't. You don't think you can.
But people that make money commit suicide at a higher rate than
Oh
broke
yeah,
people.
yeah,
So
because
it's
money
like-
is pressure and stress.
Exactly.
Right. I found that like the thing that I think we started doing more, or that I want to get more into as my career has grown, and it's not money based. It's just I think more charity is the best balance. Like I like the idea of like we have a lot of fan merch or fan art.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, we should sign this and sell it and auction it for charity.
Yeah.
And if you can gain that kind of happiness through that, to me, then it all feels like, oh, then
No,
it's
that's
all worth
awesome.
it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that
yeah.
feels more organically. That makes me happier than selling out a fucking theater or
Yeah.
getting a special, because those things just come from work. This other thing, it's like free happiness almost.
Yeah.
Like what I've acquired, I'm able to help. That to me is where I'm starting to find more happiness.
It's weird because now it's like it feels like people are trying to be selfish. Like they're taught to be like selfish.
It's about me.
You me,
Yeah,
me,
all these
me,
like guys
me.
online that are like, if you're not making $800,000 a year, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Have you seen that fucking guy? What's that? Grant Cardone? Do you know who that is?
Oh, that
is that his
dude
name?
oh my god.
But he does this thing where it's like, if you're not having four or five streams of income, you're a loser. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about? There's
Yeah.
no chance
He's in
chasing
trouble
that
though,
dragon.
right?
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he got.
What did he get
he's
caught
like,
for? He got in trouble for what? Money laundering, probably.
Something. Yeah, something. He did something.
But you're
He's in a lot
right.
of
People are people are given this false narrative that you should be doing more, and if you're not, you're a loser.
Yeah.
It's
and
bullshit.
It's like you don't have to do anything.
No.
You don't have to do anything. You should. I mean, physical and mental maintenance for your body is like you should be doing that.
That's the number one thing.
That's
you
the
should
number
do.
one
Yeah,
thing
probably.
you should be doing. But like going out your way. But that's what I was doing with like alcohol. Is like I never drank alcohol because I was like I'm feeling sad and I want to feel better.
Right, me neither.
I
Yeah.
just drank because I was like I like drinking.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, I do
You
enjoy
know,
it.
it loosens me up. I when I get around people, I'm like, how fast can I leave? No, seriously, bro. If I'm around a bunch of comedians, I'm like, man, this is where the exit at? That's how I feel. But when I drink, I'm like, what up, baby? What's up? I just felt good.
Yeah.
And so that wasn't.
It had to go.
Yeah.
Did you
yeah.
ever perform on television or anything taped where you were drunk? Were you drunk all the time?
Okay. I don't think I've ever been drunk on TV, but I've definitely been high.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been drunk. No. Have I been? No, I've never been drunk on
Oh,
television.
I've been drunk on TV.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, what? Almost every time I'm on that fucking thing. Yeah, I hate it. No, when I used to do At Midnight with Chris Hardwick, before,
Yeah.
now they redid it with Taylor or whatever. When I did that on Comedy
Oh,
Central.
that's what the original one was.
Yeah, on Comedy Central with
okay.
Chris Hardwick. I used to get buzzed up for that. I wasn't drunk, but I would have a drink backstage for sure.
Yeah.
In fact, I did it like 4 times. They would have a bottle of whiskey there for me to have a couple of
that's
sips.
crazy.
Well, because if I'm going to get on this weird, goofy
Yeah.
show, I want to like loosen up a little bit and have some fun. But yeah, I mean, my Comedy Central half hour, I was buzzing on that.
Yeah.
My specials, never. No, that was always.
I
Like
was high on my first special.
Were you?
I was high.
You're fucked up on your. What,
Bro,
for,
my first
you did
special,
2 tapings?
My first special, I've never told anybody this. My first special, I was high. Yeah, we did 2 tapings.
Yeah.
The first taping I wasn't high, but it was kind of like it almost ruined it because they went out before the crowd and they're like, all right, this is special, so we need you to laugh. It's super. It's like, no, I got this. I've been doing comedy, for 10 years. I got it. So my first 15 minutes, they were ruining my jokes because they were laughing too hard. It's like, so it took them a second to kind of get in the groove. And so the second one, I was like, I just went in the back and this is when I was like newer to weed, and I smoked with my brother. Went out there, and then it was just so fun. I was blasted. Yeah.
Did you end up using that second tape? Is that
most of my special? I'm high.
Right.
If you watch, because I rewatched it like a couple years ago, and I was like, oh, this is just me. Like I was
stoned.
I was just stoned the whole time.
What about the one you just put out? Were you stoned
I
for
was
this?
sober.
Sober.
I stopped doing
Stone sober for it.
it. Yeah.
It is funny to think about that. I never thought about that until I got on TV, and I thought, I wonder how many other people. Because in the history of comedy, right? You look at like Carson.
Yeah.
Ed was drunk on air. Like Ed
was he?
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, he was like
crazy.
a known alcoholic.
Yeah.
He would be blitzed for the whole
Yeah.
show. Sometimes he'd like mumble his way through the end. If you watch old Carson episodes, there's times when you could tell,
Yeah.
even Johnny would be like, we'll have to get you to bed soon, Ed. It was like him tipping off the crew like, all right, dude, he's lit. In fact, I heard a rumor, this could be old Hollywood lore. Even if it's fake, I don't care. You can look this up. When they send you a car to do a TV taping?
Yeah.
And they always say, if you like car service, we can have that available for you in case you drink or whatever. The rumor was that Ed left the studio one time, tanked, got into a car accident, and then the studio found out they were liable because he was drinking during the production. So like this production company would be liable, the studio would be liable for his drinking and driving. And so from then on, they started letting car service become like a routine thing for people to come and go to TV tapings. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But I've heard that that's like part of the impetus for studios making sure that on-air talent always had a car. So if they were intoxicated, they weren't liable for whatever happened when you left.
Yeah.
Which is fucking wild to think about. Because, I mean, I've done a bunch of different TV stuff, and every time they're pretty pushy about being like, let's get you a car, just in case. We'll send a car just in case, wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do. Which is funny because it's like, most of the time I used to want to drive myself if I did something. I go, I'll drive there. I'd rather drive my own car. They're like, can you not? You know what I mean?
Someone just asked me that today if I wanted car service, and I was like, why would I want to have to tip somebody?
Yeah,
Like,
more
I'm
more
driving.
tipping. We're in the highest tip culture I've ever seen in my entire
it's
life.
pretty wild, man.
And look, some of it, the irony that this has been spouted before is, I'd rather tip the kid at McDonald's because he's making no money.
Yeah.
Than tip a fucking
Dave and Buster's cashier?
Why?
Bro, they have tipping for Dave and Buster's cashiers.
What are you doing at D&B? You
That's
still
what I'm-
ripping over there? You
That's
going
what I'm
over there?
saying. Like, what's going on, man? That's crazy.
When's the
But,
last time you went to a Dave and Buster's?
bro, I went like
Is this your shit?
no. I went like 6 months ago. Though. I feel like it's
Really? With a
Is
group
that
of
a
friends?
bad thing? No, I went on a date.
I don't think I've ever been to a Dave and Buster's as an adult
crazy,
man.
man.
Actually, that's not true. I went to a Dave and Buster's in Times Square after Drake did SNL. He had a party there. He had his after party at Dave and Buster's.
You met Drake?
Nah, really. I mean, yes and no. I said
Okay.
hello, but we were all. It was 1,000 people.
Yeah,
And everybody snuck in, and then a fight broke out.
Everybody snuck in. Who fought?
2 chicks, dude. It was actually kind of wild. By the skee ball machine. You don't get in the way of a fucking 100er. You know what I mean? All I saw from afar was hair being pulled, screaming, and I was like, let's get the fuck out of here. I was like, this is not going to end well.
Do you like rap?
I love rap.
So are you in this
I'm sorry.
Drake and
I love hip hop.
you love hip hop?
I like rap.
Oh, okay.
I've always loved hip hop, but we grew up with. That's why I pointed out when we talked about Tribe before we started. I always liked that era because we grew up with it. It was just. I do like a lot of new shit.
Yeah.
But
What about this beef between Kendrick and Drake?
you know, it's kind of sad. I guess because we grew up with like real beef, like murder you beef.
Yeah.
Like that was the era of our youth. Was like you
You think
get killed.
it's sad? I like it.
I don't know. It's something. It's interesting, right? But it also looks desperate because Drake had his run,
Yeah.
and he's not as big as he used to be, which is fine. But it feels like these guys are shooting at each other when it's not. Look,
It's over. It's over.
that's what I mean.
But for music in general.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an app I have on my phone that I can type in anything, and it'll make a song in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you know about that? Bro, that's kind of, I mean.
So the Drake thing with Kendrick, it also felt really out of bounds. Like when Biggie and Tupac went at it, there was something so organic about it.
They died.
Even though it wasn't organic, it was like manufactured by everybody else around them.
Yeah.
They didn't hate each other, but
Yeah.
it became this fuel for 2 young, unbelievably talented men to like battle it out. I thought it was beautiful, even though it ended tragically. Drake and Kendrick, it's like that. This is not. These are 2 different. Kendrick is a poet.
Yeah.
Drake is a pop star.
Yeah.
I don't even understand. Do you know what I mean by this?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
no, I
these
get
people
it.
have nothing in common.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think the war itself is misappropriated. I was like, these are 2 guys that shouldn't be fucking after whatever your personal
well, they
beef
keep
is.
dissing each other.
I know, but it's like petty on a weird. Like they're not even in the same playing field. That would be like me mocking one of the best guys at Groundlings or Second City. It's like what?
Yeah,
we're both comedians, but it's so different the art that we make.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
same kind of art, then I like it.
Yeah.
Like if it's 2 guys clapping at each other who kind of do the similar shit or on the same rise, I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
ooh,
yeah.
this is sexy. But fucking Drake is
Yeah, but it's a
pop
fight,
star.
man. If you walk outside and 2 there's a fight, and we're watching.
But imagine those 2 guys actually fist fighting.
Yeah.
Come on. What are we talking
Drake
about?
is way bigger than
Yeah, he's fucking 3 times the size of
Yeah,
that
yeah,
guy. It
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
even be fun to watch. Do you remember in high school when somebody beat someone up and you were like, holy fuck, this is unfair?
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
like can't stop it and you're like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
man, that's so bad for that guy. Like I remember watching these 2 kids fight in high school and it was like, it wasn't even fun because we felt so bad. This other kid was so much smaller. And you're like, this is mean now.
Yeah.
It was fun that they're like, they're going to fight.
I
Then-
feel like a dude that's bigger and hitting on a guy that's smaller than him is almost like hitting a woman.
Similar.
It's the same.
Yeah, similar.
It should be the same.
I'll tell you a wild story. I don't think I ever told this, but it just popped into my mind. In the cafeteria, I remember a massive fight breaking out. And this guy, and people are standing up, and this guy's just throwing haymakers. And someone's like on the table on one of the cafeteria, but people are standing up, and it's crazy. And he's throwing haymakers. I mean, he's going nuts. And then a teacher like grabs him by the hair. He had longer hair, and like yanks his neck back and pulls him away. And then they pull this person up, and it's a girl. I was like, holy
crazy.
shit, dude. He was haymakering this chick, but she got up fine. She was like, fucking bitch. She was yelling back at him. I was like, damn, dude, she was taking it. Those high school fights, I will say, so much fun. Wow, did it make the day fun?
Yeah.
Terrible, but it
love.
made the day so much fun.
Yeah.
Because then you had something to talk about for the rest
The
of the
whole
week.
time. Yeah.
so
Even
good.
like the next lunch day.
Yeah, it was
Like,
amazing.
remember yesterday? when
You're
they was
still
fighting?
buzzing from that fight,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Did you get in fights when you were young?
No.
No, you were a good kid.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I think I was pretty good.
I couldn't
I didn't start
wait.
getting bad till like the last few years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like recently. I'm good now.
Okay.
But when I was drinking, boy,
Yeah. Come at me.
Oh, yeah.
See, I was a little fucking asshole when I couldn't wait to fucking fight someone that was
Oh, you got in
mean
a
to
bunch
me.
of fights?
When I was a little kid, I was a little just an asshole. If somebody picked
I've
on
never
me.
in my life punched anybody.
Really?
Never.
Oh, you got to feel it. It's great.
No, I don't.
But getting hit isn't good. Punching someone feels great. Getting punched is the worst thing in the world.
Oh, right.
That's why at our age, when someone's like, "Oh, you want to step up?" You're like, "No, man.
No.
I have a mortgage. I'm tired. I gotta go home. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm fucking exhausted." You know, bad. You know, getting into a fight hurts in a way for the next few days. I couldn't explain it unless you felt it. It's like you got into a bunch of car accidents.
Yeah.
Your whole body hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the
When's the last
fucking
time you got
worst.
in a fight?
Oh, dude, when I was in college.
Yeah.
College was
What
last
happened?
time. We got into a big fight because we were at an apartment complex and drinking and being, assholes. And some guy pulled out of a spot really drunk and he almost hit a girl that was like in this group with us.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends was like really chirpy. And I had a couple of buddies that were, they couldn't wait to fucking.
Yeah.
And so then that initiated this like, oh yeah, da, chirpy. And then there was like 4 of us and must have been 10 of those guys. And they beat the shit out of us. They know that. They fucking whopped
it's
us.
gonna be a different
I got
story.
kicked in the head. Oh, I got hit so hard. We got whooped. Whenever you got 2 guys on you, I don't care how tough you are. You're probably going to get hit hard.
Last time I got in like there's no punches thrown, but it was 2020 actually. I was picking this girl I was dating from the airport, and I was with my boy, and we're getting to the airport, and there's like right before you hit the right, and there's a straightaway to the airport. There's this guy on a bike he's in the street, so I'm like, all right, I honk at him, and then he flicks me off, and I was like, okay, it's honk. I'm just being and being annoying, and so he throws his bike on the ground. He's like, what's up? And I'm like, bro, get on your bike. He's like, that's what I thought. And then, so I get out the car.
Oh, wow.
Because my ego is like, nah, we gotta.
You're like, you know what? Hold on.
Yeah. I get out the car, get out my electric car. And then I said, what you want to do? And then he goes, what's up? And I was like, that's what I thought. He's like, yeah, get back in your car. But when he said that, I felt like he was like, your mom a hoe. That's
Right.
what it felt like.
Close. It sounds the same.
Yeah, so I walked up to him, and then he like pushes me, and then I grab him, I put him on the ground, and I've been doing jujitsu for a minute at this point.
Yeah.
And so I remember like grappling with him and it not being fair, and then I just got up.
And you were like, that's enough. Get back on your
I
bicycle.
felt so bad.
Yeah. You didn't even hurt him, though. You're good.
I put him down. Yeah. I didn't I don't think
But you knew you could have. The power was there.
I felt like a bully.
Right.
It felt so bad.
Was he a tiny man?
No. He probably weighed the same as me, but he was a couple inches shorter than me. But he
So as you got up, you walked away, you got in your car. Did he just get on his bike? Or was it?
He was
still...
like wiping off and I was, I felt so bad, bro.
Somehow that's more diminutive than getting punched. For some
Yeah.
reason, he has to be like, just get out of here, man.
Yeah,
Cleaning off his little bike shorts.
Oh yeah, he faked like he was gonna shoot me with a gun. I
Really?
forgot that part. Yeah, he felt like he was like, you walk up on me,
A bicyclist has a gun. Was
that's
it?
what I was saying. That's what I said.
Was it one of the? Was it one of those like those? Was it just a bike or like a guy who's like doing the bike? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
the
I know
guy...
what you're talking about. No,
Yeah.
it was a bike. Like I can't afford a car.
Right. Well, that guy probably does have a gun. Actually, now that I think about it, that guy, he spent all his money on a gun, not a car.
Well, people that have guns, they just show you their guns
Right away. Can't wait.
He would have been like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
You would have seen it immediately.
He just was like, I was like, you don't have a gun.
Yeah. Show me the gun.
Yeah, exactly.
show me the gun.
I know. I've had guns pulled on me. They just pulled it out.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They just pulled the gun.
I've never been robbed at gunpoint.
I've never been robbed.
I've seen the gun. I've done the thing where they're
Yeah.
like da da da, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I don't like that. Get that shit away from me immediately, dude. Because anybody who's willing to do this will shoot something completely on accident. You know what I mean? This guy will shoot something and just be like, "Fuck, that's my bad." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This guy who does this, so irresponsible with the gun.
Yeah.
It's pointing at your penis. I don't trust you even a little bit. The guy with the gun on his hip, trust that guy with my life.
Yeah.
This guy's the guy. This guy's got the fucking.
Yeah, because you.
But the dick gun guy.
Because you got to move it out the way.
Yeah, that guy can't wait to shoot something on accident. That guy has zero skill with the gun. The dick gun guy has no gun skill. When I'm like in Texas and you see like open carry and you see guys with it on their hip, I always think that guy knows what he's doing with a gun.
That's kind of weird to me.
The open carry?
Yeah.
It actually doesn't bother me because I feel like if you're bold enough to carry a gun in public on your side, you obviously have a relationship with guns. You're not new to this.
Yeah.
Like if you just got a gun and it's I imagine you don't put it on your hip for the first like 6 months that you have it. You like, you know what I mean? You're kind of, you're like, it's kind of like wearing jewelry sometimes when you're like, should I wear my watch? Like, should I take my gun?
Yeah.
Or should I fucking leave it at the house? I think until you get confident enough with your ability with it, would you ever just put it on your side? Unless you live in the sticks and then it's...
Yeah, but there's like a different, like gun confidence is like a different...
It's bold.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't.
I would love to walk around with a gun. I would fucking love that. Anyway, when the fan is like, Santino, I'm like, come on. Don't get too close. Don't get too close. No, I would never. That's insane. I think...
Do you have any guns?
I do. I do like guns. I don't want to walk around with them, but I like them.
Yeah.
Do you like shotguns?
I've never shot a shotgun.
Oh my God, that's the most
but
fun. I love shotguns.
I was in Atlanta. I was living there, and then
Well, they give you a gun when you move into Atlanta.
they give it to you.
Yeah, it's in the HOA package.
Yeah. When I pulled in, I was like, "Is this a checkpoint?" They're like, "Here's the gun." I was like, "Oh, that's crazy, man." But the first day they broke into my mom's car, and then I was super anti-gun. I was like I remember like living in my uncle's house, you know, and when I was like 13, and he was anti-gun, and I was like, "Well, what if someone tries to rob you?" He's like, "We just let them rob us, and then at the end." You know.
No, I don't want to get robbed.
And then they try to rob they did rob my mom's car. And then I was like, oh, I'll shoot somebody from my mom.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It clicked. I was like, I'll do that.
You will kill for someone you love.
Yeah. I was like, oh, absolutely. So I got 3 guns the next day.
Right. 3?
3.
One would have been
AK,
good.
which I don't need.
Right.
And I got 2 9s.
9s are great, though.
Yeah, they're great.
They feel so nice.
I got an automatic and one that's just a regular 9.
I'd love to take you to shoot shotguns are really fun.
I would love to. I love shooting guns.
I think that as a kid I grew up with. My dad liked shotguns. He didn't love handguns. I think he kind of was adverse to them because he wasn't familiar. So he just grew up liking guns. I mean, he grew up in the sticks near where you were in North Carolina, by the way. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
My stepdad,
Hickory.
he grew out there. He grew up out in the hills, out there in North Carolina. Hey, buddy. That's how everybody talk. His best friend used to be like, Andrew, you do 100 push-ups, I'll give you $100. That's what he used to say.
Did he ever do it?
I was 9. It was like, what the fuck? I can do 100 push-ups? Come on, Andrew, get down.
I would have done 10,000 push-ups.
Yeah.
I didn't look like I said 9.
Yeah, well, yeah, I imagine you did. You've looked 36 since you were 9. No, but I used to love going to shoot because it was something about a shotgun. It feels so old school too that it was like the weight of it was beautiful. Like that you had to hold it with 2. Were you a gun kid? No. Minnesota? No.
You got to take the hat off then.
Yeah.
It's a
fashion statement.
Yeah, that's a gun hat.
See,
man.
he's more annoying than vegans. He's fucking. Yeah. By the way, vegans aren't annoying for the record. I have a lot of friends that are vegan. The most annoying person in this day and age are 24-year-old men. These are the worst versions of people that exist.
24. What is it like being 24? Bro?
He lives like a rat. He lives like a little rat person.
Yeah.
And when we were 20, like I started when I was 22, 23. We were so poor, and it was like, I don't know, it was like fine. It's like because the pressure wasn't there. But these guys, it's like a different kind of broke
Andrew
now.
Tate.
Yeah, Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate's got to him now. No, I just think it's like a different kind of broke now. But
they said they're having the least amount of sex.
Well, because they don't want to get in trouble.
I think it's because it's porn.
It's also just the internet. We're not used to interacting in person. We're way more
right. They don't want to miscommunicate how they feel to somebody, and then it get taken in the wrong direction because their communication is through non-face to face. You had to talk to girls.
Like overindulge. Like there's just so much. Also, just like the too much choice or whatever. The fact that
it's too many options.
Well, that's the problem with all these apps. Is just you.
That's why I stopped using the apps. I was like, if I think someone's attractive, I just kind of go up to them.
Because every friend of mine that is on the app, they say the same shit. That they could talk to like 10 women, and then none of them pan out to anything because they don't ever meet up, or it kind of wanes away, and it just doesn't. So I think it attaches no stakes. There's no stakes. So then why? Who's gonna?
That's what would happen with me. Is like I would meet a girl on the on whatever app I'm using, and then they would just hold me until whoever that looks way better and that's taller with more money decided that they didn't want to talk. Then they'd be like, all right, hey.
That's
like
awful.
Like this girl I was I I was at a coffee shop and I just was walking. I seen her. I was like, okay, she's attractive. So I walked up to her. I was like, hey, what's your name? And she goes, oh, I'm so and so. I was like, cool. We should go out sometime and let me get your Instagram. And she was like, cool. So I got her Instagram. I'm like, hey, we should go out this time at this day at this place. And she's like, cool. And then the day of, she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I got sick. Can't do that. Let's do it another time. I was like, all right, just let me know when you're free. So she didn't hit me up for 6 months.
6 months?
6 months she didn't hit me up.
It's a long sickness.
Yeah. So then she just laughed at something on my story like a few days ago. And then yesterday she laughed again at something I did. And I was like, oh, did y'all break up?
Yeah.
Like,
you single again?
Yeah. You single again?
You must be free now.
Yeah. She just was talking to somebody.
But are you going to engage?
No.
No.
If she hits me up, which she won't, because women have like this, they're not used to, women don't hit up men. They
don't have to.
They don't have to, exactly.
Right. Except for on the app that they do, that one.
Bumble.
The reverse one.
Yeah.
Right, then they have to engage.
Yeah, but that's like still this. It's the same thing.
Yeah, they engage and then they
They
stop.
don't have game. Their game is hey. That's whack.
Yeah, but that's good game though.
That's no, bro. They
If
just
a hot enough girl's like, hey, I know you're like, hey, hi, what's up?
No, I think the women that are most attractive are the most annoying.
Oh, really?
For sure. They're just like they don't have anything else. Like I met a I don't get it. I think that women are that attractive. They're too attractive.
They're too attractive to even have some
Like,
normalcy.
Yeah, I like the regular fine.
Regular fine.
Yeah.
That should
I
be
like
the name of your
normal.
next special. Regular
fine. Yeah,
regular fine.
Yeah.
Where they're hot, where they're pretty, but they're not filled with. They haven't been filled their whole life with. You can have anything. You can do everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. You need someone that had someone with a scar. You need someone with a little bit of a.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You can't have anytime someone gets too pretty, men or women, they've had zero impingement. There's no stop point. They're allowed to do everything they want, and they're given everything. So then, why would they want to fuck with you?
Yeah.
They've been given the world. But all we learned from this is, you like mediocre-looking vegans who don't mind that you're picky, and you sometimes do jujitsu, and you have an Airbnb in Atlanta. I think you're a eligible bachelor as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I think you've got all the puzzle pieces.
I'm a regular amount of weird, too.
Well, regular amount of weird is what we're going to get you. We're going to get you. So any fans out there, if I have some vegan female fans, please comment down below. DM Preacher, let him know. Watch his special first, so you maybe to find out if you like his sense of humor, and then DM him. Say, hey, I also don't eat meat, and I'm,
Could you imagine if someone hit me up and then they watched my special second, came back, was like, never mind.
Yeah, I got sick. That was the girl. I can't go on the date. I got sick.
I got sick.
I'm so sorry. I watched your
6
shit.
months when I break up with whatever guy I'm talking about.
Well, everyone that's listening now, please comment if you are that person. Also, watch Preacher Special. He's available right now. Are you on tour? Plug some dates if you're
I'm
on tour.
Man.
Plug it, baby.
I mean, when's this dropping?
ASAP.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm in Netflix is a Joke Festival this Thursday. Then I'm in some other, I don't know where I'm at, bro. Just go with my dates. Preacher Lawson.
Go to preacherlawson.com, preacherlawson.com for those tickets. I appreciate you. We end the show the same way. Look into that camera right there. That's your camera. You say one word or one phrase to end the episode. And remember, this will be embedded in time and history forever, so make it count. One word or one phrase.
One word or one phrase.
Or one phrase, whichever one you choose. One word or one phrase.
I don't want to be corny, but I just think about quotes.
Go ahead and do it then.
Never do tomorrow what you can do today, baby.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.